One day, a student named Grace was appointed by her professor to research about the Roman, early Christian, and Byzantine architecture. Being the hardworking student she is, she immediately started to research. And upon searching and searching for hours, two girls suddenly appeared and offered to teach her. Constantine I, 280 to 337. Byzantium, named after by King Byzantius. After several wars, Constantine had finally got a hold of the Roman Empire, and later changed the name Nova Roma or New Rome. In Constantinople's Constantine city, the new center, he would harness a new kind of power, another ruler, and his name is Jesus Christ. Christianity is on the rise, and there's a large presence of Christianity. Balance 328 to 378. There is no water in the vicinity of Constantinople, so water has to be brought in farthest distance than any other. Valens has commissioned the longest aqueduct transporting water, 400 miles. The Byzantine built co-aqueduct bridges, and like the Romans, it was carved by religious carvings. But instead of pagan symbols, Byzantine chose Christian symbols. And the aqueduct solved the water problem. But building a storage for water is a problem, and land is scarce in the city, so they have to build underground. And the largest tank is called the Basilical Lintern, and large enough to fill 27 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Constantine the Great had put the Byzantine on the map. Now the Huns sought to wipe it off. To keep up invaders, the city would need formidable defenses. The result is the strongest, most sophisticated system of city walls ever built, also known as Theodosian walls, and was conceived by the youngest emperor, Theodosius II. 401 to 450. Limestone mortar was used in constructing the wall because the city was sat on a fault line, so earthquakes was often, and the layering technique acts like a shock absorber so that the wall wouldn't fall. Attila needed some help from nature, and by the time Attila and the Huns approached the city, a massive earthquake destroyed the wall, and then Theodosius II, with his engineers, built 2 more walls, a total of 3 defenses. And they also built chains with logs to protect them from water invaders and cutting off the harbor. Justinian I, 483 to 565. He was an outsider, born a peasant but married Theodora, but she was a former burlesque dancer, so he promoted her as co-empress and ruled as equals. Justinian quickly realized that his legacy would be built on restoring the bygone glory of ancient Rome, and began by reclaiming Western territories. Back in the city, he went to construction spree, which led to great taxation and control, or stamp out any pagan celebration, gambling, and prostitution. The Byzantines raged their anger in their hippodrome. The hippodrome was the center of the city's public life. In early January, Justinian, by now unpopular by his harsh policies and taxes, the crowd, all of them, came together to the hippodrome to riot and turn to mayhem. Then later, their emperor is so scared he is about to leave, but his wife told him otherwise, and he ordered his guards to rebels to go to the hippodrome to address this problem, then later massacred by the troops. In the name of God, he rebuilt the capital by means of rebuilding the cathedral court. The cathedral called the Church of Holy Wisdom, also known as Hagia Sophia, and ordered the architects Isidorus and Anthemius to design the church, both professors in math and physics but with no real construction experience. They tried to perfect an architectural device attempted by the Romans, but was never achieved. It was called the Pendentive. It was even taller than the Statue of Liberty. Justinian I created a centerpiece of Christianity and further solidified Constantinople as the capital of the Christian world. By the end of his reign, the empire had grown to its greatest size, but the Byzantine would pay the price of expansion. Justinian brutally bankrupted Constantinople and the empire, and later was fallen by the Ottoman unleashed a new weapon on the city walls and was finally breached. Constantinople is now known as Istanbul, Turkey.